What is action research? What is its purpose? Does it differ from the traditional research? Good day, everyone. I am Jessa Rose Pasquilrita, a fourth-year student taking up Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English at Negros Oriental State University, Shaton Campus. For today's lesson, we are going to discuss about the introduction to action research in education. This lesson is part of our field study course, and by the end of this discussion, I hope that you will gain a clear understanding of what action research is, why is it important, and how future educators like us can use it to improve our teaching practices and make learning more effective for students. Without further ado, let's begin with our objectives. So at the end of the lesson, the students should be able to explain the concept, purpose, and steps of action research and differentiate it from traditional research with at least 80% accuracy in oral and written outputs. Create a mini action research plan to address a classroom issue and demonstrate a positive and reflective attitude toward action research by writing a reflection paper highlighting its importance and personal application as future educators. So, what is action research in education? Action research in education is a systematic and reflective process that teachers use to study their own classroom practices in order to improve teaching and student learning. It begins with identifying a specific problem or concern, planning and trying out a strategy to address it, observing the results, and reflecting on the outcomes. Action research is a practical and reflective process where teachers apply solutions directly in their classrooms while continuously examining and refining their practices based on student outcomes. So, in creating action research, it really empowers teachers to become active researchers of their own practice, helping them make evidence based decisions, enhance their professional growth, and create a meaningful improvements in student engagement and achievement. It's like a cycle of continuous growth. What distinguishes action research from traditional research? So, action research is done by teachers or school staff to solve problems in their own classrooms, improve teaching methods, and help students learn better. It is practical and involves trying new strategies, observing the results, and reflecting on what works. On the other hand, traditional research is more formal and academic. It is done by researchers to test theories or create knowledge that can be used by schools everywhere. In short, action research focuses on improving practice right away, while traditional research focuses on building theories and long term understanding. So, what is the purpose of action research? The main purpose of action research is to enable educators to become active agents of change in their classrooms and schools. By systematically identifying issues, planning interventions, and analyzing outcomes, teachers can bridge the gap between theory and practice. This empowers teachers to directly address challenges such as low student participation, ineffective strategies, or behavioral issues, and to adopt evidence based solutions. This means that teachers don't just rely on outside experts because teachers themselves become problem solvers. If students are not engaged or a strategy isn't working, action research gives us a structured way to fix it. So, here are the steps in conducting an action research. First, identify the problem or focus area. Select a specific issue or area in need of improvement, like student reading comprehension. Second, literature review. Consult existing studies and strategies related to the issue. Third, plan the intervention. Develop a clear action plan outlining what will be done and how results will be measured. Fourth, act or implement the plan. Carry out the intervention in the classroom. Fifth, observe and collect data. Gather evidences such as student work, tests, surveys, observations to evaluate outcomes. Sixth, Analyze and reflect. Assess whether the intervention was effective and identify lessons learned. Seventh, revise and repeat the cycle. Modify strategies and repeat the process for continuous improvement. And lastly, share your results. Present findings with your co-teachers, school administrators, or through DepEd research dissemination channels. These steps form a cycle. First, you notice a problem like students being late in submitting assignments. Then, you study what others have tried. Plan your own strategy and test it. You gather data to see what happens, reflect, and improve your approach. Finally, you share your findings so others can learn too. Now let's move on to the types of action research. We have three different types of action research. We have individual teacher action research, collaborative action research, and school-wide action research. Individual research is when you alone improve your class. Collaborative means working with others or administrators. And school-wide action research involves the whole school community tackling a bigger issue like school climate or parental involvement. Finally, let's move on to the importance of action research. It improves classroom practice. It helps teachers implement targeted interventions that directly enhance student engagement and performance. It promotes continuous professional growth. Teachers engage in ongoing reflection and learning, which builds confidence and expertise. It also encourages collaboration. Educators often work together in conducting action research, which fosters professional learning communities and shared solutions. It also supports evidence-based decisions. Teachers collect and analyze real classroom data, ensuring that changes in practice are grounded in actual results. To wrap up my discussion, action research is both practical and reflective. It empowers teachers to continuously improve their practice, solve real classroom problems, and help students learn better. As future educators, I encourage you to see yourselves not only as future educators, but also as researchers in your own future classrooms. That would be all, and thank you, and God bless us all.